Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and just do a review of the Kiwi Ears Cadenza. This is a $35 IEM. I read a lot of things saying that this was pretty neutral, so I wanted to go ahead and check it out. And so I'll give you my 2 cents on what I think it sounds like and to go from there. So now my format for reviewing IEMs is going to be easier and faster and quicker. So I have charts thanks to ChatGPT, and it basically has all my thoughts in a chart format. So you can just read this. So this on the left indicates what ear tips I used. And then the song represents what I'm looking for, right? So BB Weekend, I'm looking for bass. It's like, it represents bass. Like the first 3 seconds gives me a quick read right away. Like I can tell within 3 seconds what kind of bass it is. And so here's my descriptions. Sub bass, I checked that song Wolf Tila, all tinted, because the song goes boom, 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 and so I know like what kind of sub bass we're getting. Female vocals, just different songs here, and then male vocals. So I'll let you know why there's a problem here, and to kind of go from there. So basically, I was tinkering with a lot of ear tips, and in the end, what I found actually had the best sort of sound was actually the Kiwi Ears Flex ear tips, which aren't included. They're not in the box. It's not the stock one, but this gives you a little bit more low end. Now, I did mention that there's one final category here. It said foam mod. And basically, what I found is, if you want to get the best sound out of this, like, in my opinion, like, because I kept listening to this over and over, I'll tell you what's wrong with it. So overall, the bass is like kind of like a clean bass, the way it sounds. But it actually has a lot of sub bass. Like in here, it has a lot of sub bass. Like the sub bass tracks would have a lot of sub bass. Female vocals and male vocals sounded tonally correct. Like they're accurate, but they sounded thin, like just slightly thin. They don't sound bright. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's more like the tonally, the voice is like thinner. So it's not like some of the SimGot ones I tested where those sounded really bright. It's not like that. This is more like the voice is thin. You know what I mean? Like a little bit thinner. But it's noticeably thin where I'm like, oh, I want to fix that. I don't like it. And it's enough where I'm just like, oh, I don't like it. You know what I mean? So now the funny thing is, and I was kind of mentioning this, I mentioned foam mod. And what I was saying was, I bet you if I just added a little bit of foam to the tip, it would sound pretty good. Sure enough, it does. So all you do is you got a piece of foam like this. Sometimes, you get really thin piece of acoustic foam. You rip it out. And dude, it's really simple. You just get, you get some tweezers. And not saying you should do this. I'm just saying this is actually what fixed it, right? And then you basically get that foam. You stuff it in there like that. Give it a little pat and stuff it in. And that'll actually fix like pretty much all the issues with this. And considering this is $35, it's kind of like, but at the end of the day, I wasn't really impressed with, oh man, okay, hold on. It'll work. Hold on. It's gotta work. It'll work. There it is. See? If you, now this will sound a lot better because it just kind of rounds out kind of like that. It's not, rounds out the thinness of the vocals. So overall, basically, in a nutshell, female and male vocals just sounded a little bit thin. Like, I wouldn't say they sound thin. They don't sound thin. What I mean is they just sound a little bit thin, but it's noticeably thin. But it's not that it's not like it's bright. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's just that their voices are just a little bit thin. Is how. So that tells me something is wrong with the mids. I can't even see the graph, but I bet you that's what's wrong. Now, in terms of, then I wanted to check critical tests, right? So I want to see, can this detect sibilance? Can this detect problems with audio? So
gotta go somewhere, so can we make this quick?
Guys, DMS here. On today's 2-minute tip, we're gonna be talking about soundstage.
The C2.
What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about
Nick. We're here with
I did the Mariah Carey sibilance test where she's really sibilant, and it was able to detect it. Medium pointing ability, as in like it lets you know, hey, you've got problems here. You need to fix this. I also have these, check out, like, there's these old video clips from DMS where his audio has a lot of sibilance, and I just use it as a reference. It could detect it. It was like very low detection, but it could find it. So what this tells me is that this isn't very sibilant. You're not going to get a lot of harsh peaks with this, but it will detect some of it. You know what I mean? But it is this is not, I don't know. So let me just read my conclusion. I said, this is not a bad IEM, okay? But it's not amazing either. Yeah, I agree with that. It has a decent amount of accuracy, I would say that. Vocals, especially male, can sound slightly thin, yep. And female vocals are mostly correct, though sometimes with a synthetic edge. Yes, correct. Bass is handled pretty well. Yeah, honestly, this had a lot of sub bass. And the bass was like, it wasn't like thumpy, like, oh, awesome bass, but it was enough where I'm like, okay, you pass. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And especially, but for $35, not a bad deal. Okay, what I'm now going to do, I'm going to monitor right now and let you know how I feel like I sound on this. One moment. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay. Hello, actually, you know what's kind of interesting? When I hear my voice through this actually does sound like me. Like it sounds correct. Yeah, I mean, it sounds correct. Yeah, I was expecting it to be like a lot less, or like my voice to be thinner, but when I actually listened through it, this sounds correct. This is like no pitch difference, no like, no lack in detail. This sounds like me. Like, okay, this changes my review a bit. So, I would say monitoring with this is perfect. You can absolutely monitor with this. This is 100% great for monitoring. Critical editing, I would say it's low to medium, as in like it will detect sibilance in your audio. It has a low to medium pointing ability. And then I would say mixing, yeah, because it is pretty neutral. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I wouldn't say this is pretty, well, aside from like the pronounced bass and sub bass, or especially, well, more so the sub bass, everything else is pretty spot on. It's just a little synthetic. You know what I mean? It's just that I think it's more just like I've already listened to a lot of other IEMs where female vocals and male vocals definitely sound much more full by comparison, especially like the Zigot Lush. But I mean, if we had to, for categorically, right? There's mixing, right? Mixing, you want something that's pretty neutral, and I think it passes that. And then for critical editing, you need something that can detect sibilance. It actually could do that. It had like low to medium pointing ability, so it could do that. And monitoring, I'm listening through it right now. It's like, dude, it's spot on. This sounds just like me. So kind of shocking. It's just so weird because, oh wait, it's because I put the foam in. That's right. Oh, well, at least I put foam on one side. But yeah, definitely put the foam. It helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, I see it. I see it. I'm still not impressed with it. I'm still not like, oh my God, you guys have got to get this. You got to buy this. This doesn't have the same wow effect that I had with the what was it? The Warner Studio Edition. That's Tangzu Warner. That Tangzu Warner Studio Edition sounded flippin' amazing, man, for $20. This is like, yeah, pretty solid. That's my overall intent. Like, I'm not like jumping out of my seat on this one, but I would say, yeah, I see it. It's pretty neutral. It sounds just like me on the microphone, so great for monitoring, and it's pretty neutral. So yes, it could be. So it's kind of like, kind of okay at everything. It's okay at everything on all three. It could do all three okay. It's not bad at any of the three, but it's not spectacular in any of the three. You know what I mean? It's just okay. It is. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's solid. It's solid. Okay. If I had to give this a grade, I'd give it a good C+ to B-. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, you guys have a great day. Okay, bye.